Alright, back here at Lanzerath. And I was messing with this game late last night. It's one of the good things about being in the off season. You turn into a night owl, up all night, sleep all day. But and I wanted to come back and film our video what's going on here now because it's kind of getting key. I wanted to make another note about the game, and it's whenever you before you even play these games, you should go to the back of these and check out these design notes. They're definitely worth reading, and brings the game a lot more to life. All kinds of good stuff back here, and these guys went through a lot of work and research. And I think this guy was talking about how he started researching on this one. His first year or year back, and I'm like, just trying to get into designing my own game. There is a lot that goes into it. I mean, I could give up all this gaming, just start getting into my game, which I really should do, but I need the whole table. And unfortunately, my hobby store doesn't have hexagon paper. Yeah, that's one thing I asked him about. He said maybe they have it online, so I'll have to look. But yeah, I need to be some big hex paper. I want to go bigger hexes than the regular standard hex. But other than that, it's all another story. But there you go. These are all really nice design notes about the battle and his sources he used to design the game. You could look up some of this stuff. It's all makes for good reading. Now, who's got time for reading? Which is true. I spend most of my time working and maybe getting a little bit of gaming in, much less reading. Like I said, in the retirement years, that's maybe what retirement's about. And that's one thing about when we were up at my gaming store, and the guy at the counter told me, he goes, they've been playing war games in the back room there, and I wasn't really interested. I looked around, my girlfriend even said something. She goes, everybody around here's got gray hair. Like, just, for being a gaming store, you'd think it'd be a bunch of young kids, but it really isn't. This is really what do you call it? A baby boomers, or not even a boomers hobby. But yeah, we're all getting gray. This is not a children's hobby, although on some of these channels you do see, younger, maybe teens or younger playing these games, but some of them are probably really good at it. They'll probably kick my butt. All right, well, I'm going to get down here because I want to show you this. We're coming down to the last wave, and here's what we look like here. We got my machine gunner there exhausted. That's another thing. All these guys have corresponding pictures, which is really cool. I guess he couldn't get a picture of everybody, but yeah. We got these guys over here exhausted. My front line is exhausted. It's a good thing it's the last wave because there you go. Exhausted. Now, it is my turn for my last 5 defense activations. And I'll show you what's going on here. Now, another thing is I did use one of these machine guns, these high calibers, to pretty much clear these guys out. These guys aren't really that hard to clear out. I mean, you got to roll their number. There's been a couple of times that I've failed, but yeah, we got a little bit of a gap before they get to their positions here. They're right up against it there. But it is, and this one here we cleaned out pretty good. I know there ain't nothing going on in this route. I think historically they said they were all coming into the center, and then finally they overtook the Americans by outflanking them. But I also wanted to show you in here, the designer was big, he said, on this map, and this map is good. If you didn't know better, you'd think it was 3D, so they did an excellent job on the map. Design notes. They actually give you pictures of what the area looked like. There you go. And you can see here the road comes on up, and I'm thinking it splits here, V's, and that might be, where would that be here? Coming on up. Maybe there's a split here that comes up as a V. I don't know. But anyway, there's a farmhouse and stuff. You have to look at the illustrations and the map. You see, here's that V again. Got a big V in there on all these maps. Here it is again. So I'm trying to see where that would be. The only one I can see is right there. So there you go. But yeah, definitely interesting game, and thank you to the developers for putting in all that work. And it wasn't a bad price either compared to Compass games. uh, like I said, Gilbert's game wasn't that bad. Huh, I wonder what that World War One game I think I was looking at was called In the Trenches or something like that. And it was a thicker box, but it was $90 or so. I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe sometime, but not this time of year after Christmas. All right. Now, like I said, for less than that, I got, well, no, I think I spent 150. I got 3 games. 3 games for 150. All right, what we got going on here? It is our activation phase. And one of the things I want to do is use this artillery chit, because that gives me a chance to maybe get rid of these last 3 cards of this wave. And if that happens, we would survive. We got one more card draw to see if we can tough it out or whatever, survive the onslaught. Not too bad here. Now there's 4 waves coming. I don't see how anybody's gonna survive that. I'm sure they get worse each time. But let me take a pause here. We'll get ready to continue with play. I'll let you see what goes on with this last turn before we go on to the second wave. Another thing with this game is it gets a little bit more interesting because he starts putting in objectives for the U.S. players that goes on. So I guess if you're gonna survive the initial onslaught, they might give you some wiggle room or something. I'll have to see how that works out. But there are objective cards, and if you want to make the game to give it more playability or replayability, they do have a variant. And with these tactic cards, it's supposed to make it harder. Okay. Let's see, we got back here. They do have variants. They got it for competitive play. You can play with somebody else. Full strength setup. Prepare your tactics card. Play attacker and tactics cards. But here's your variants. This gives you a little bit more of a difficulty. It's a veteran difficulty. And I think I've seen this somewhere before, how you can increase the difficulty with the cards in another game. It might have been a DBG game. But if you want to go up even further, you go up to elite difficulty. And it tells you what they're doing. And I'm pretty sure these tactics, I've read about it somehow, it's some kind of a AI coordinated attack. Makes things a little bit easier. Because, right here, why wouldn't they just go on up in there? It's just a matter of a die roll. They're right there. Give it some MG42 support. Boom, you're in. But it's a game. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, just want to give a shout out and say Happy New Year, everybody. It is New Year's Eve day, and I got a lot of stuff I got to do, and hopefully stay awake for the changing of the year. We're always asleep around here. No matter, she's got to work, and she gets off probably about an hour before midnight. She's got to work tonight, but yeah, we're gonna have to take us a afternoon siesta or something. Make sure we're good to go for the evening. They'll be shooting off fireworks. I'm sure the dogs are all, have a rough night. But yeah, ready to get rid of 22. I don't know. It's about 22. It wasn't one of the better ones. I think 21 was better. I'm looking forward to 23, but it wasn't too bad. Had to make a emergency vehicle purchase. That kind of nailed on things, but hey, we got through it, and now we're loving life with a what do you call it, more of a fuel efficient vehicle. Like I said, I'm big on trucks and all those gas guzzlers, and with the times the way they are, I thought I might have to tighten up a little bit. I work a ways away. I work about a half an hour drive. It ain't bad in the morning. It's nobody's up. Road to myself in an evening. Yeah, always got to have a little bit of that traffic jam. But let's get back to the game. Here we are. We are going to use our first action to try to get rid of the last 3 cards. You can do that by doing this. We'll have a major action. An offender can take a major action. Exhausted offender to discard all the radio tokens from the artillery jeep to the supply. For each radio token, I only have 1. Discarded. Roll 1 6-sided die. If at least one of the die roll is 5 or 6, discard 3 cards from the top of the current attacker's card deck. If the artillery jeep is damaged, you must roll a 6 to be successful. So we're going to do that. We're going to go over here to old Springer. He's right there at that artillery jeep. We're only able to put one call in on him, so we'll put this on him. He'll be exhausted because it's a major action. Going over and calling artillery knocks these guys out to where they're just laying on the ground. Can't even move. All right. We will take this and put it in the supply. I'm going to roll 6-sided dice to try to come up with a 5 or a 6. First, sorry about that. There you go. 5 or 6. First artillery strike of the game. Oh, you couldn't ask for anything any worse. Was that a big no from the headquarters or what? All right, well, that knocks out that plan. So now we got 4 more defensive actions. And I've been saying through here that we'll be done with the waves. It's only the first wave we're going to be done with. We got, one more wave, one more attack of the first wave. And there's 4 waves here. So I'm celebrating because it's my first playthrough. And I think we might not lose the game in the first turn. Another thing you always want to make sure of are these attributes. I think I've been trying to get a whole keep track of them pretty good. I don't think I missed anything. They can help when the die roll is shooting and all the other stuff. There's certain ways certain guys can get guys unexhausted. Some guys can't get, if you're a captain or if you're an officer, I guess you can't get an officer unexhausted. I don't know, something you have to look into it. But we gotta see what we want to do here now. Like I said, whoa, this spot here not looking good. Gacky could still do something, although he's got he'll roll 1d6. Okay, 1d6. He'll roll another d6. We got to beat these area values, which is a 3 and a 3, so we got a 50-50 chance. That's probably going to be our first thing we're going to do. Oh, I'm going to have to go out for breakfast here in a little bit, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to do it here now. Let me, got a couple chores. I'm going to get up from the table, but if I get back here real quick, I'm going to look over my options. Got 4 more defensive actions remaining, and I think I want to get the pressure off of area 3 and 4. We'll see how we're going to do that. We'll be right back. All right, I want to make a little game note. And when I was looking at this game earlier, it had 2021 on there. That's the latest edition. This game's really quite old. I think it originally came out in 2013 or 15 maybe. But yeah, it's an older game. Now, one thing that I had a question about was Mark Herman. I guess was he an ex-Navy officer or something? He does a lot of Gulf strikes. He's big into the naval aspect. So if you want to get into your Pacific motif, we've been doing that with Midway Solitaire, and we got that Pacific Storm on the computer. We're getting ready to play. That's a slow game. That game goes by the hour, and yeah, you have to kind of fast up that timer and get it going. So, but you don't really want to miss nothing, and you want to build things up. So that Pacific Storm video game, highly recommended, detailed, and another aspect of that Pacific Storm video game is when it comes time to do battles, you can actually get in a plane or get on the ship, and it's got a third-person view or first-person view. It's really good. It's a deep game. But to get back here, old Mark with his Pacific War themes, and like I said, his latest is Roman, so I won't say it's maybe got off the Pacific aspect for a while. But what is the difference between Empire of the Sun and Pacific War? Well, the difference is Empire of the Sun's a CDG. It's got a lot of that. It's got a lot of that labyrinth type of card-driven aspect to it. All right, and Pacific War is more of a hex and counter game, more of a simulation, I would say. Yeah, so if you want the simulated type game, go for Pacific War. If you want something that's more card-driven and more solitaire-friendly, go to Empire of the Sun. And like I said, his latest looks great. It's on that what is that? Great Battles of History, and that can be complicated too, but not too bad. I mean, none of this is that bad. It's just a matter of getting to learn it. How many options do you want to make? Do you want to make it just where this guy rolls against this guy, or this guy's got foot fungus. He's got a foot fungus die roll. There's the winds blowing to the east. You have an east die roll. You know, you can get optionals. You can get really detailed. Sorry about that. Had a phone call come in. All right. So yeah, like I said, that's basically what you're doing with these games. It's just, you know, how detailed do you want to get, how many die rolls you want to get. And in my game that I'm getting ready to make, I'm thinking about a bigger hex deal. But if you want to have a bigger hex deal, you want to maybe do a block game. I don't want to do a block game. My first game is going to be regular hex encounters. But I do like the aspect of having hex side capability. How many? What's the one thing I learned in that Columbia games is how many units can go through a certain hex side. That's one theme I'm thinking about, and I'd give up my general theme of what my game's going to be about, but I want to give it away. Nobody's done a game on it before, and it is a great subject. I'll give you a little hint. It's a Civil War subject. And that's another thing. Old Gilbert, with his original game, his first game was about the Revolutionary War. One would have thought that would have been a Gettysburg game for sure. We'll be back. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. Car's on the way, and we got things to do. Presents to exchange. Somehow I got doubles on a couple of my gifts. Unfortunately, they weren't war games. They're more, you know, along the clothing line. We gotta go take them back, but might have to take them back for some cash. Stop by the old hobby store again. But yeah, and she's on our way, so I got to get going here. We want to, at first, we're going to do us a defensive action, adjust fire, attack. It could be a major action. I got something underneath this book. I got to find all of my tweezers. All right, we will attack. Who will we attack with? Geki. Geikai. I don't know, I'm bad on names. Sorry about that, Geikai. Appreciate your service to our country. He will go here. He will be exhausted, but first, I roll a d6. Let me make sure everything's good here. Declare, roll the defender's combat value dice and compare the result to defense value. All right, we're good. That will be a d6. We got a good d6s. We got over dice over here now. We got our 8s, our 10s, our 6s, and our 12s in this game. And we are looking for to get this grenadier, I guess. I'm not sure. He is in a 3 spot. So we got a 50-50 chance. Need I guess 3 or greater. 1. Ooh, that's not going to do it. Roll defender's combat die compared to result defender's value space. At least one of the die rolled is equal. Oh, he's got 1d6, yeah. Equal or exceeds the attacker's combat defense value. No good. So Geiki does not do anything to help us out. It will exhaust him. Alright. We gotta fire again. Old Weebin will fire a d6. He'll go for his officer, his leader. Come on up here against us. But he's exhausted. Can't help me out. He's laying on the ground. He can't do nothing. Shot his gun and he's exhausted. There might be a better expression to use than exhausted. You know, I mean, is the guy really exhausted from pulling a trigger? I mean, I know combat was bad, you know, but maybe, I don't know about that. Maybe a different, maybe, you know, his action's already been used. He was busy or something. I don't know. All right, we're rolling 1d6. And we need the same thing, 3 or more. We get it that time. So the leader is gone. All right, now if I would have fired at him again, this guy here, I would have had to add a 1 to it. So that was my first shot. The leader will be put back into the leader pile. There's only 2 leaders there. All right, exhausted. And he needs to have a marker put on him. Old Weeburp. Exhausted. And, oop, I'm not showing you right. And there you go. Took off the officer. We've got 2 more ready to go here. And let me look over my actions. I better end up getting ready. to go. We will have to do this a little bit later. We got all night tonight. Daytime's gonna be filled, but we'll be back. We want to also put our last moves on Warriors of God. That'll free us up a table. I do have an opponent that answered my Vassal ad, but unfortunately, if you watch my videos, I've had bad. This is a whole other story. Vassal. I mean, I know not everybody's got time like me, but when I get into a game, I'm there to play. All right, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I've had some really good. I had my Russian front game, and and you never know what happens to these people. I mean, maybe the guy had an accident or something, kicked the bucket, and got killed. But it's really weird that all of a sudden they're just gone. So I'm trying another Vassal game. But the thing of it is, the guy that answered my ad wanted to play Blitzkrieg. Well, if you look at my last attempt at a Vassal game, when I put up an ad, the guy wanted to play Blitzkrieg, which is all well enough and good. But it took me an hour and a half or so that's a big game to set up. Well, I set it up on the board. And even if you set it up on Vassal, it's going to take a while, unless I start you off that way. But it was an hour and a half wasted, and I rather sat around at Vassal room waiting. The guy never showed up. I think I did get it. Maybe it was. I think I did get an email from him maybe later on that day saying he was going to be late. I'm not like that. Don't waste my time. If you're going to be late, let me know. So I was kind of herky-jerked about that. And sure enough, when I put up my ad now, this guy comes up wanting to play Blitzkrieg. Well, I told him, I said, I've not had good luck with Vassal. And as a matter of fact, the last person that I had a game with wanted to play Blitzkrieg. So I told him, I said, hopefully it wasn't you. So I don't know about this guy playing Blitzkrieg. As a matter of fact, I did look through my past contacts and emails from Vassal, and he was on there. Now, whether he was the one that didn't show up or not, I don't know. But yeah, you got to watch Vassal. I'd like to get a table set up, but just for filming purposes, because on Vassal it's mostly a computer game. They do it on the computer screen. All right, I gotta get going. Got stuff to do. We'll be back for 2 more activations for Can We Survive the First Wave? We're getting there. Be right back. Okay, we are back, and just want to say happy holidays. Holidays starting to come to an end. They start for me. I think we start celebrating them probably about a day or so before Thanksgiving. At work, it's usually about a week or so before. It kind of get that holiday feeling, but it goes through Thanksgiving and all the way up till tomorrow. And after that, it's time to turn a page on a new year and get down to it. But it's been a great holiday season. I love it, man. I mean, it's kind of like a marathon for me. And then you come down to it, the days get shorter, starts getting dark earlier to get home, and it gets cold. And it's time. I'm kind of like a bear. I hibernate during the winter. Yeah, we get all down that little snow, make us a den, a lot of blankets and pillows, and wake me up in the spring. Oh, so Happy New Year to everybody. We had a good year. We're finishing off in a good way. We are playing some games, and going to continue on with a little bit here more on this Lanzerath Ridge game. Then I want to hop over and play me some Warriors of God and finish that one up. I do have another opponent on Vassal, and he is wanting to play Central America. We will see how that goes. I told him that's going to take about at least a week's preparation. I got to look at rules and everything on that, but we'll definitely won't be playing no campaign game on that one. We'll check out the scenarios and work our way up. And like I told him, it'd be nice to have a gaming partner, and that's a good game to start off with. So we will definitely be able to size him up on that one. And like I said, that's going to take some preparation. But right now, we're trying to survive our first wave on this Lanzerath Ridge, and we got 2 more defender actions to take. Now, one thing I do realize with those new games I got, America's War, and especially Empire of the Sun, which I've been watching a lot of. That looks like a good game. Definitely like that. I didn't know it was so old, though. Like I said, I think it came out in 2013. It's got I think Callendale's got a video on it. You look at these videos, and it say like they're 11 years old or something. I'm like, oh my god. Or 9 years old. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know they've been playing that for that long. So yeah, Empire of the Sun, oldie maybe considered, but goodie. And unlike Lanzerath, we just pretty well sit down and start playing the game. I don't think I'll be doing that with that game. I don't think we'll be doing it with that game at all. Whew. And it don't look that bad. Like I said, I've been watching Mark on his videos playing it, Callendale, and just getting a pretty well, grip of what's going on. All right, now in this one, like I said, we're first wave wasn't, I guess, all that bad. We've got a little bit of buffers here to clear that cleared out. The only spot we don't have a buffer in is right here. So therefore, with my last, or one of my last actions, we're gonna go over here to Abrams. He's gonna do a combat action. He'll be rolling what we got there, a D8. Okay, well that's not too bad. The only thing is we gotta cross the line on that fire to get to this guy here. His area value is a 3. So we'll have to roll a 4 and above to get up with a D8, which I guess is better than a D6. So this guy must be a better shot or something. So there you go. We are shooting from here to here. Want to roll a 4 or better on a D8. And where are my D8s? Here's a D8. D6. All right, we got D6. 4 or better. 5, that'll do it. All right, that definitely helps, and that solidifies my first turn. Our first turns here, we definitely did what we wanted to do. Got a little buffer here. I mean, we could theoretically could pull out 3 cards and get right on up there and end the game, but we still have one more action left. So we want to do with it. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to make a little note before we move on to our last action, defensive action. We had to flip him over to exhausted. You can see our front line is pretty well exhausted, but we've done good. And it was a debate on this last action we got here, if I wanted to call in some intelligence. And if you read the notes, I was right. That's what this is all about, is providing the rear with what's going on with the sudden offensive that was not supposed to be. The front was supposed to be quiet, and the Germans beaten. But we will have, I was going to use that, spend that token. I would have to roll a 5 or 6, and that would have moved that up 1. Instead, I am going to go over here to McConnell. He's in area 2. Area 2. We'll put a used marker on him. He's going to fire a D8, and he wants to shoot at this boy right here, who was in a 5 area. He's in the woods. Okay, I guess that little strip of woods is makes a difference, but to get this marker out of the way, what we're going to do is use what's called the Inspire, a defender with an Inspire attribute designated by a star in their color. All right, now there's certain limitations. That one there has to be Dustman. Dustman, Redmond, and Springer can only provide a benefit to defenders of their squad, which is all good because we all got the same color. We're all buddies. He wouldn't be able to, Dustin wouldn't be able to do it for Queen. All right. But there's other ones. Buck and Sharp can benefit to any defender other than those that have the Inspire attribute, which is, I guess, someone at the same rank you can inspire because they know you're just a chump with little privates. Be looking up at you. So, can't inspire a fellow dude that knows what's going on, I guess. All right, so Dustman will be inspiring McConnell. Now he gets a D8. Let's see what that Inspire does. A defender with an Inspire designate. Let me read this. Rather than a squad, provides an additional die for the defenders in the same combat position during attack and adjust fire actions. Well, that'll work. So we get 2 D8s for McConnell. And he'll flip over to exhausted when we're done with that, putting the Dustman, inspiring him. In other words, he's telling him, you better kill that mofo or I'm going to throw you in the brink. That's what he's yelling. He's not inspiring. He's saying, shoot him or I'm going to shoot you. All right, we need a 5 or more. 2 dice, D8s. We got it. All right, that clears off the rifleman. And exhaust the old boy. And takes my last marker. 1 marker, 2 markers, 3 markers, 4 markers. And 5, because we tried calling in artillery unsuccessfully. There you go. Well, that is it. We got another wave. Take a break here. When we come back, we'll see what the Germans throw at us for the last wave. Now, when we're done with this last wave, if we don't lose the game, we get to flip all these guys over to their unexhausted side. So that's pretty much par for the course. They get a little bit of break. Yeah, you don't want to be a German soldier. You never want to be a soldier attacking a position anyway, especially back then. You would think we'd be back that, or rather beyond that these days, but look at what's going on over there in Ukraine, and we're right back to 1918. It's ridiculous. Oh my God, the human race. All right, we will be back. Last wave for our last push of the first wave, and can U.S. side hold on with a green commander, me. My first game, so we'll see what's up. So far, so good, but like I said, it can end here real quick. This will tell. And assault, roll in place. And assault, back here with our 6 die. And we're going for area number 6. So let me see, a rifleman. Area 6 will be this one all the way back here. So we will see how we do this here. Move him up from a nice little spot. This is a nice little hole here. Nobody can see you. So we'll move him up. Oh no, hold on. He's here. We'll have to put the old boy. He don't have to move up. He moves up, and he gets placed. So there you go. So far, so good. Number 1 card. 2 more cards left. And all right, here we go. Roll in place again. Another 6-sided dice. We're going with a 4 this time. A rifleman going for area 4. Coming up this path. And he is stocked. So everybody will be moving up one, starting with the officer. That's always good. Get going there, officer. Hold on a second here. Is that, what am I seeing? Oh, we can't have a net on my game. I thought that was maybe just on a screen. He's gone. Alright. Yikes. A trash can. There you go. Okay. Little flamethrower action against the. Where's the net? Although I do have my girlfriend does have vegetation and plants in here, but where's the bug come from this time of year? Although it has warmed up pretty nicely. It was a really nice day today. Really nice night. Went and had us a nice dinner at Outback. Oh boy, I'm telling you, ain't nothing a good meal. But what's going on here? I had steak and lobster tail. Oh, could you just live off lobster tail? And it's probably the best dish there ever is, or the best eats. My girlfriend can't eat fish. She loves it, but she'd blow up like a blowfish. All right, what we're going on here? We rolled a 4. 4. The old officer. Well, do we have to move? Yep, we got to move on up. So the officer goes first. Get on up there, sir. I love that. All right, well, he's a brave officer. He's going to get a medal if he lives. He'll get the old Iron Cross. All right, let's see here. We'll get us a rifleman and place him here. Going after Area 4. That takes care of this one. So far, so good. We have hung on and not lost the game yet. What does the last card reveal? Assault. Roll in place again. Oh, hold on. I'm feeling things dropping here on my feet. I don't know if I'm losing pieces. Hold on. We'll be back. Okay, yep, sure enough. I don't know how long these things are going to last. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to look on the floor after every game. All right, yeah, I'm not a big fan of a bunch of little pieces, I guess. I don't know. And I don't have no kids or really a dog to mess with, per se. So, what are we doing here? Last one. We'll roll one more die. Roll in place. And this is for, Fallschirmjager. Fallschirmjager. Well, that's what they all are called, so I guess that's just infantry, but there is a different symbol here. Roll in place, 1 through 6. He gets a 6 also. That can't be good. That can't be good. let's grab him with his maybe an SG 42 or something there. Some kind of assault rifle or assault gun. All right, area 6. Here you go. And hopefully my screen's clean. It ain't clean on this end, but I think it is clean on that end. We got a buffer area, so we're good. We are good. So we move the officer up one. Everybody up one, up one, up one. And our first, I think this is our first assault, yeah. There was not another one of those on the board. That's our first one, so I guess the quality of the troops coming in here now getting a little bit better. And it's weird because I shuffled those cards really good, but it's weird how it turns out like that. All right, well, that will be the last card. Yay! Big congratulations. We will move on now and find out what we do at the end of the wave. The wave cards are gone, are all drawn. And we have survived. I thought we were doing pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. So, they're eliminated from here. That might be the way the game goes, because if you gotta have tactic cards to make it harder, to make it hard and harder, then maybe it is an easier game. We'll see what's up. Like I said, we won't be diving in like this quick on Empire of the Sun, or maybe War of America. Maybe we might be able to get into that real quick. But Lanzerath Ridge, hats off. It's a testament to how easy it is to start playing a game. We just sat down and started playing, although we have played a few DVG games before. So if you know DVG games, you'll have no problem with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to spend some more time here on New Year's Eve playing the rest of this game. I will not bore you with the details, but if you see anything interesting, we'll let you back in. Happy New Year, everybody.